This is my third attempt now to try and get this video number 168 uploaded. Yeah, I'm having a problem with YouTube today. Anyway, maybe I'll be lucky on my third try here. Now you will remember in yesterday's episode, I put this little part in the wrong way up. But when I put it the right way up, it almost falls into place. Well, not quite, because as you saw, it did take a little finagling to get it in. But I may have created a problem for myself, because the space right here is greater than the space right there. I may now have trouble getting the little Photo-etch basket that we made the other day to fit in there. Well, it'll fit on this side because this is the right way around, but I'm almost scared to try it. I may have to end up cutting out this little rung here to get it in. However, I have figured out what this is for. It's not bracing to hold this piece up. Let me straighten this thing up and I'll explain. Okay, this is my theory. When the ship is underway, and when the propellers would be turning at a particular RPM, this piece that you see sticking out here, while it is strong enough and is not going to fall off, it would vibrate up and down once it found its own particular frequency, like a tuning fork, only it wouldn't hum, it would just shake up and down. And this brace that we see that I've been calling a ladder, well, it's not to hold it up. It was just simply to keep it from vibrating. The reason being is because right in here is going to go sort of a rangefinder optical type thing. And you can well imagine that you're going to want to have that as steady as possible. And I believe it was just to stop vibration, not to hold it up. Now, in order that I don't break this little periscope off, I put this little block of wood on so that when I turn it upside down, it won't be resting on the table. Now I'm trying to figure out which way it probably is supposed to go in. That's a tight fit, but it's a fit. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to go. Might have to take the brush and just touch the bottom of that up there. That might be just too noticeable. Okay, I just give it a little bit of CA on the corners, and I think that's not going to fall out of there. However, I don't think it's going to fit on the other side now because this rail right here is too close down. I may have to snip it off, which is too bad, but I'd sooner have this piece of Photo-etch and the rail missing than the rail there and no Photo-etch. Okay, just a little tiny spot here. It should do both the peg going into the plastic as well as, don't need very much. Okay, can I do the same on the other side now? Well, as you can see, it won't fit. It can't go in because of the fact that that rung is just too in the wrong place. And that means that I'm going to have to perform plastic surgery. Okay, I think we're ready to boogie here. Nippers. What kind of helpful nurse are you? You're supposed to hand me the nippers. Goes like this. Put them in my hand. The other way. Okay. Alright, we'll try and be serious for the rest of the episode. I realize I'm blocking your light here. Okay. I don't think it's going to matter that there's going to be a little portion sticking out there. I'm definitely not going to try and file it off because I know I'll probably end up breaking something. Okay, my hope right now is that this little box is tapered enough that it will go between those two little things that are sticking out. Gotta be careful I don't break it here. Maybe I'll get my blunter tweezers. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. And once again, we'll just use a couple of little drops of CA medium and it should be good. Okay, what I did not show you is that I had to take it off, rotate it 180 degrees and put it back on because the taper was the wrong way. I wanted to match the other one. Otherwise, I CA'd it on exactly the same way as I did the other one. You didn't miss anything. Now it's really too bad that so much of this is going to be hidden because there's a lot of detail on this thing that's kind of interesting. Not near as much detail as on the real thing, but I think I got that level. Okay, the other one, we'll just do it the same way. I guess it should be parallel to the ship. Now I did find this rangefinder in Stefan's book, and when you see it, you realize why they would not want it, vibrating up and down. So hence the little brace underneath to stop that. I'll zoom in on this one right here. Okay, here we are, G7, and it goes right down here, which is right up there. Now, if I turn this upside down to make it convenient for myself, I'm probably going to break these off. We just put them on. Don't have to do it again. A little bit of double-sided tape. Now I have to be very careful where I grab this thing because there's so many places now I could break something off. Okay, now we can sort of figure out how this is supposed to go. And I painted this side, so I'm hoping it's supposed to go this way. You know what? I should have painted this side here light gray. Well, I guess I can after I get it glued on. Anyway, I gotta try and fasten it on like that. That shouldn't be too hard. Okay, this is the way I'm gonna go about it. May not be the best way, but... Okay, that's that homemade concoction of CA medium. In other words, it's a little bit of thin and a little bit of thick. Now, I think if I just dip this in here, I'm probably gonna have to repaint anyway. Okay. Now, I'm just eyeballing this. Now, how could I get that to cure right now? Now, I could probably blow on it. That might help. I used to have a little plastic tube that I could, focus my breath right on the spot and get moisture on it. Now, are we setting up there, or is it still, see what happens if I let go? Ta-da! Now, I guess we should have a look at it to make sure that it is going to be, the right angle. I think I got that pretty good. It could maybe go this way a little bit. That looks pretty good. I think if it has to go, up or down anymore, I should be able to spring it at the time. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we do have the teak planking on this part. But this part here is definitely supposed to be some sort of metal. And I think this is some sort of like a catwalk or something. Something obviously goes in here and goes in here. And I got a feeling we're going to be putting railing all the way around this thing. But that won't be today, that's for sure. Now, all being well, when this dries, it should be the same shade of gray as we've already got here. I don't want to fill that little hole in either. Okay, on this particular diagram, we just put this piece on. We did these. And on this one, we did this little photo etch piece here on both sides. That's all there is on this whole piece right here. We're now down to right here. We did these already. So we got this one, 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 and this piece of photo etch. I don't think that this thing has to be angled square to the ship. Oh, actually, maybe it does. Yeah, maybe it should be square to the ship. I was going to say, because in all likelihood it would never be left the same way twice. However, see, how can I twist that around maybe with my fingers here? Like this. Yeah, the base is probably square with the ship, but the observation unit on the top was probably never left the same way twice. Now we'll do the other one the same way. Try and get it in the right spot here for you. I think that's it. The reason I move it around like that is to sort of get the plastic from the deck to sort of weld in with the plastic that's on the bottom of the part. Makes it a little stronger. This one here is kind of leaning a little bit towards you. That's pretty good. I'll try and find it in Stefan's book. I've seen it before, and I'll show you what it's... it actually doesn't look anything like this. Unfortunately, these photos that I found or drawings were not what I had expected. I thought I remembered seeing an enlarged view of it drawn out, but all I've got is when it's placed on the deck, like right there. And right here. This view just shows the top half of it. There seems to be some sort of a ring around it that the plastic part does not have. I think that was probably something you'd hold on to twist it around. Yeah, nothing much clearer than what we're seeing here. Well, at least we got an angle if we were to sort of be looking at it from a lower deck. And here again, another sort of partial view. That's about it. Now I was about to put this piece on right here, sort of doing a dry run, and then I realized, you know, maybe I should have painted the back here. See, I had, if you remember going back maybe almost a couple of months ago now, I had concluded that the funnel was going to cover this area, and the aircraft hangars were going to cover this area on both sides. And I didn't need to paint this, but I don't know, the way this hangs down like that, you almost think it does. I guess I can always paint it later if I have to. Well, I'll have to. Obviously, we're looking at it upside down. And these pipe-like pieces here, I guess something's going to hook onto them on the ends. And I just CA glued them on. Now we have a little piece, I think it's called F29, and or something like that. Anyway, it was supposed to be put on in step number 29, and it would have been a lot easier when this piece was loose and upside down, because right underneath there's a little groove where this has to just sort of fit in. I can sort of feel it there. I think that's where it's supposed to go. Yeah. Sort of a delicate little thing. It's got a little tiny protrusion coming out of that ring that you see there. And it looks like it's already half broken off. Too bad. Okay, I've CA glued it into its place, for better or for worse. Now these little signal lamps, they're supposed to go in here, and I can tell already that the hole that this peg is supposed to go into is much smaller. I think that thing's probably got a lot of paint or something on it. Let's see what would happen if I put a little bit of extra thin on there. I'll put some on here. Just sort of dissolve everything. Just wait a few seconds here and maybe it'll go together. I think this is the first part that I've had this happen. Pretty sure that's where that's supposed to go. Well, is it going? Not really, is it? It's just sort of stuck on top of it. Maybe I'll put some more solvent on it. Oops. Well, I'm just making a mess here. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to drill this out. And that's not impossible, just a bit of a nuisance. And then we'll put this in later. But you know that's going to have to be tomorrow. So, thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.